Gopijana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradari Jayo Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradari Jayo Girivaradari Jaya Yashoda Nandana Jayo Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Yashoda Nandana Jayo Brajajana Ranjana Jayo Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradari Jayo Girivaradari Jaya Yashoda Nandana Jayo Brajajana Ranjana Jayo Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradari Jayo Girivaradari Jaya Yashoda Nandana Jayo Brajajana Ranjana Jayo Yamuna Tiravanachari Brahmachari Jayo Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jayo Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parijaka Astotara Satasri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Grantaraj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki Gaura Premanande. Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24, titled Chanting the Song Sung by Lord Shiva, and it's text number 49. Is that what we have? Text 49? Yeah. Simmaskandas tviso bibran Saubhaga griva kastubam Shriyana payinya sipta Nikashash morasollasad Simmaskanda tviso bibrad Saubhaga griva kastubam Shriyana payinya sipta Nikashash morasollasad Simmaskanda tviso bibrad Saubhaga griva kastubam Shriyana Payinya Sipta Nikashashmora Sollasat Maskanda Tviso Bibra Simmaskanda Tviso Bibra Sobhaga Gripa Kastuba Sriyana Pahina Stipta. Anyone else? No? Mataji's? Simmaskanda Tviso Bibra Saubhaga Griva Kastubam Apayena Shikta Simha, a lion. Skanda, shoulders. Tvisaha, the coils of hair. Bibran, bearing. Saubhaga, fortunate. Griva, neck. Kastubam, the pearl of the name. Shriya, beauty. Anapayinya, never decreasing. Shipta, defeating. Nikasha, the stone for testing gold. Ashma, stone. Urasa, with the chest. Ullasat, glittering. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. The Lord has shoulders just like a lion's. Upon these shoulders are garlands, necklaces, and epaulets. And all of these are always glittering. Besides these, there is the beauty of the Kaustubha Mani pearl. And on the dark chest of the Lord, there are streaks named Shrivatsa, which are signs of the goddess of fortune. The glittering of these streaks excels the beauty of the golden streaks on a gold testing stone. Indeed, such beauty defeats a gold testing stone. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The curling hair on the shoulders of a lion always appear very, very beautiful. Similarly, the shoulders of the Lord were just like a lion's, and the necklace and garlands, along with the Kaustubha pearl necklace, combined to excel the beauty of a lion. The chest of the Lord is streaked with Shrivatsa lines, the sign of the goddess of fortune. Consequently, the Lord's chest excels the beauty of a testing stone for gold. The black siliceous stone on which gold is rubbed to test its value always looks very beautiful, being streaked with gold lines. Yet the chest of the Lord excels even such a stone in its beauty. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantika Vancha Kalpatrubhusya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The Lord has shoulders just like a lion's. Upon these shoulders are garlands, necklaces, and epaulets, and all of these are always glittering. Besides these, there is the beauty of the Kaustubha Mani pearl, and on the dark chest of the Lord there are streaks named Srivatsa, which are signs of the goddess of fortune. The glittering of these streaks excels the beauty of the golden streaks on a gold testing stone. Indeed, such beauty defeats the gold testing stone. Actually, we should do the translation responsively. Repeat after me. The Lord has shoulders just like a lion's. Upon these shoulders are garlands, necklaces, and epaulets. And all these are always glittering. Besides these, there is the beauty of the Kaustubha Mani pearl. And on the dark chest of the Lord, there are streaks named Srivatsa, which are signs of the goddess of fortune. The glittering of these streaks excels the beauty of the golden streaks on a gold testing stone. Indeed, such beauty defeats a gold testing stone. He's talking about the beauty of the Lord, which is unsurpassed in the whole of creation. Nothing compares to the beauty of the Lord. This canto is called Canto 4, and it's titled Creation of the Fourth Order. Canto 4. So, creation of the fourth order is actually referring to the process of creation taking place in the whole of the material creation. We have Lord Brahma, the firstborn in the material world, and then Lord Brahma is the first order. The second order is his children. Of course, he had the four Kumaras who did not want to assist Lord Brahma with population growth. And he came down to Lord Brahma's, in a way, their children, because they appeared from Lord Brahma's body, Swayambhuv Manu and Shatarupa. So they become the second order. Then Swayambhuv Manu and Shatarupa, they had 5 children, which comes the third order. And the 5 children are Devahuti, Akuti, Prashuti, Uttanapat, and Priyavarta, 5 of them. And now from this third order, we are talking about all the lineage which is coming down. We talked about the various pastimes before this, and now we've got the pastime here coming down in the lineage of King Uttanapat. We have got Dhruva Maharaj pastime, which we have covered. We have got Prithu Maharaj pastime, which we have covered. And continuing down, now is coming down to King Prachinabahi. Now, King Prachinabahi is actually a karmakandi, because he's a pious king and he's like religious, but he's a very good expert in actually performing fruitive sacrifices and mystic yoga activities. So he's such an expert in that. So his devotion to the Lord was at that level of a karmakandi. And he begot 10 sons through his wife Shatadruti, and the 10 sons are called what? Prachetas. Okay. So these 10 sons are obedient as well, pious, religious, But they were, of course, guided by their father. And because father was a karmakandi, so they too also imbibed the karmakandi qualities where they too needed to perform austerities. And why did they need to perform austerities? Because King Prachanabahi told them, go get married and beget children. Nothing wrong with that. We're all used to it, isn't it? Getting this kind of advice from our parents. I remember when I was young, my mom would say, study hard, go to school, get good grades, go to university, study hard, get a good degree, find a good job, okay, work hard, okay, get married, have children, and life goes on happy. Right? I'm sure many of you would have, or still are receiving this kind of advice from your parents. All those who have got some connection to this, hands up, who know what I'm talking about, who have got this kind of advice. That many, wow. Right? And it's still going on. All right? So nothing wrong with that. But is that what parenting is about? If you think about today, it's actually Father's Day in a way. It's not on the Vaishnava calendar, but is it Father's Day today? Yeah, it's Father's Day today. So can you imagine, so in Asian cultures, it's quite common where you have Father's Day being remembered, where the father is put in the center for today, he's honored by his children. So imagine where it's an old father, he's like gone through life, he's got his grown-up children, and the children have their own children, so the old man is looking around the family, they're all having a reunion today in the family to honor him for Father's Day. And he sees, oh, my children have grown up, they've taken my advice, and they've got a good job now, working hard, and they've got nice cars, they've got nice houses. And they've got their own children who are now speaking English, they've forgotten their mother tongue, you know. So, and in a way, the father is happy. The father is satisfied. It's like, I've done well, and I'm contented. My children are all like nicely situated. But is that what parenting is all about? What is the duty of a father? Yes, you've got to make children devotees. And Lord Rishabhadev, in Canto 5, Lord Rishabhadev is actually a plenary portion of Lord Krishna. So he appears in Canto 5, and we will read that pastime. He has 100 sons, and he gives very valuable instructions to his 100 sons. And one of it is, he says, don't become a spiritual master, don't become a mother, don't become a father, don't become a husband, or don't become a worshipable demigod if you cannot deliver your dependents from the repeated cycle of birth and death. Hare Krishna. Sobering thought for Father's Day for all fathers. They probably want to change their plans for their dinner tonight. If you cannot deliver your dependents from the repeated cycle of birth and death, don't take that responsibility. Lucky you're in saffron. So, in that sense, Prachanabahi, did he actually fulfill his duties as a father when he told his sons to go and just get married and beget children? Because he himself is entangled in karma kanda activities, and he himself, when we would see later in the pastime, he needed a spiritual master to enter his life. And who was that spiritual master who entered his life? Narada Muni appears later on in the pastime. We would see it down the pages in this in Bhagavatam. Narada Muni appears in his life and advises him, instructs him, what's the use of all these karma kanda activities? And then his spiritual life, King Prachanabahi, his spiritual life begins. Similarly, here for the Prachetas, so they have taken their father's instruction to marry and beget children. They have gone on their travels to perform austerities for 10,000 years. Now, 10,000 years to us is a very long time. We can't even connect to it. 10,000 years, we don't even live beyond 100. If we live beyond 100, we're lucky. But this is Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga, they live for 100,000 years. All right? So 10,000 years is actually 10% of their life. So if we live up to 100, we are saying like, okay, go do austerities for 10 years. Even that is a big endeavor, 10 years for us. So in sense, 10,000 years is a big, big endeavor. So they go on their travels and they come to this great big lake. It's such a big lake that it is as big as an ocean. And they see this lake is so calm and quiet, just like the mind of a great soul, very calm and quiet. There are aquatics swimming in the water, looking very peaceful, happy. There are lots of different multicolored lotus flowers growing in the water. And bordering the shores of this great big lake, there are lots of water birds like the swans, the chakravakas, the karandavas. Then there are lots of trees around this lake with multi-colored flowers. Bumblebees buzzing and humming around. It was such a heavenly atmosphere. But that, to their surprise, as they were appreciating that beauty, they could hear some drums and some music being played. Then suddenly from the water emerges this great personality with his associates and musicians. Who is this great personality? Lord Shiva. Okay. Lord Shiva appears from this great big lake, and the Prachetas are astonished. They're astonished. And Lord Shiva, when he emerges, his complexion is like so vibrant. It's like in golden complexion. The luster is so bright, it's like gold. And then he's got this bluish thing in his throat, which is the poison which he drank from the pastime of churning the milk ocean. And then he's got 3 eyes. He comes out with these 3 eyes looking golden, this bluish thing in his throat, and he's like glancing mercifully at his devotees. So, who is Lord Shiva? What are his qualities? We have covered a lot of these qualities in the Daksha pastime. Who remembers? Who can tell me something about Lord Shiva? Tell me something about Lord Shiva. Meditate on Lord Shiva. Huh? Is very tolerant. What else? Great devotee. Vaishnavanam yata Shambhu. Right? What else? He is easily pleased. Ashutosh. Correct? What else? Most merciful. Is very merciful. Right? But to actually, yes, and he's got many, many wonderful qualities. You see, Lord Krishna has got unlimited qualities, yeah? Because he's the Lord, he's the Supreme. He can have unlimited qualities. But Srila Rupa Goswami actually condensed and he enumerated 64 of these to be Krishna's primary qualities in the Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And we jivas, we have 50 of those 64 qualities. These 64 qualities that Krishna has, he has them in full, 100% each. Whereas us, these 50 that we have them in little drops, bindu bindu. Okay? We don't have them in full, and we don't have these 50 all the time. So 50 into 64, what percentage is that? Who's a good maths person here? It works out to be about 78%. Right? So the jiva, 50 qualities, even if they reach fullness of these 50, they can only reach 78% of the 100% of Lord Krishna. Now Lord Shiva, he has these 50 qualities in full, and he's got another 5 which are partial compared to the 64 that Lord Krishna has. The 5 that he's got, which we jivas don't have, are, so in other words, he's got 55 qualities. So the 5 qualities that he has in addition are that he is changeless, He is always cognizant, he is aware, he is ever fresh. We never see an old Lord Shiva, right? He is Satchid Ananda, and he is perfect in all mystical perfections. He possesses all mystical perfections. So that's the additional 5 that is God. So that makes 55 out of 64. How many percent is that? It's a maths class. It's about 86%. Yeah? And then Lord Narayan has got 60, and then Lord Krishna has got 64. So, for us jivas, when we say to become a pure devotee, it means achieving 78%. We can never achieve 100%. We'll never have the qualities that Lord Shiva has extra, that Lord Narayan has extra, that Lord Krishna has extra. So one time there was a pastime, I can't remember where, there was a lecture that Prabhupada was giving. I heard this from one of the lectures, from one of his disciples. There was a lecture that Srila Prabhupada was giving. He was seated on an asana like this. And there were, of course, devotees like this listening towards the Prabhupada's lecture. Towards the end, Prabhupada said to everybody, we must become 100% Krishna conscious. 100% Krishna conscious means become 100% Krishna conscious. Right? Everybody was looking forlorn, crestfallen, 100%. How to achieve? Okay. Prabhupada gauged the mood, he said. Then he compromised this. 90%. We must become 90% Krishna conscious. He was still on the asana. Then a few heads which were down slowly came up a little bit. Okay, compromise, 10% discount, become 90% now. Then Prabhupada gave a further concession. He was slowly coming down from his asana. He said, even 80%, Krishna will take you back. So devotees started, oh, okay, 80% now, not too bad. Prabhupada was walking out. He came to the door. He turned around to the devotees and said, even 70% Krishna will take you back. He flung his chadar on his shoulder and he walked out. Very dramatically. Prabhupada is so merciful, he's saying we don't even need to reach 78%, 70%. Are we trying to reach that 70%? So, Lord Shiva, he has got all these wonderful qualities, but we have to understand that Lord Shiva also plays an important role in destruction, right? We know his guna avatar is a mode of ignorance, and when destruction, dissolution takes place, pralaya, mahapralaya takes place, he with Lord Shankarshan, they play their role in the process of destruction. But Lord Shiva also plays an important role in the process of creation and in the process of maintenance. In the process of creation, to understand how Lord Shiva plays this role, we have to talk about the creation process itself. So we know in the spiritual sky, we've got the hierarchy. It's like we've got Golaka Dham way at the top, spiritual world. Yes? Then we got Mathurā Dham, we got Dwaraka Dham, we got Ayodhya Dham, we got Vaikuntha, spiritual planets. Then we got Kailash, then we got the Brahma Jyoti, then we got the causal ocean, where who is residing? Mahavishnu is there. The causal ocean is like the closest to, the nearest to the border of the spiritual world and the material world. So Mahavishnu lying there in the causal ocean, he glances at a portion of the spiritual sky to create this material. He glances at the portion of the spiritual sky which is called Pradhan. Pradhan is actually unmanifested, undifferentiated material nature. So when he glances at Pradhan, he actually agitates it. When he agitates it, Pradhan becomes Mahatattva. And Mahatattva is actually undifferentiated but manifest material nature. So Pradhan is spiritual, Mahatattva is material. Then from Mahatattva, we get Prakriti, which is differentiated and manifested material nature. But in that process where Pradhan becomes from spirit to matter Mahatattva, a lot goes on in there, in that process. And what actually goes on? And Lord Shiva plays a role. See, in the Vaikuntha realm, in the Vaikuntha sky, we got many unlimited, innumerable Vaikuntha planets. And each planet is resided by Lord Narayan in his four-handed form. Lord Narayan in each planet, in the way, in the position that he holds his Sankha Chakra Gada Padma, he has different names based on the position that he holds them. In one such planet, he is called Sadashiv. So this Sadashiv, he expands and appears from between the eyebrows of Mahavishnu and takes the form of Lord Shambhu. He appears as Lord Shambhu, and he actually, see, Mahavishnu is glancing, he takes the form of the halo or the reflection of the glance. So Mahavishnu is glancing at Pradhan, and here Shambhu has appeared and he has taken this form of the reflection of the glance. Now Mahavishnu, while lying in the causal ocean, he is assisted, accompanied by his consort called Ramadevi. This is all in the Brahma Samhita. Ramadevi. Now Ramadevi, she, understanding Mahavishnu's desire to create, she then carries the glance in the form of time towards Pradhan. And she then expands into Mahamaya to travel with Shambhu towards Pradhan. Now this personality Shambhu and Mahamaya, they unite. When they unite, that Pradhan becomes Mahatattva. This Shambhu personality then enters, so only at that point when Mahatattva comes, then we have all these innumerable universes appearing from Mahavishnu's pores. All these many universes are now entering Mahatattva. And into each of these universes, Lord Shambhu enters as the form of Lord Shiva. And Mahamaya enters each universe as the form of Durga Devi. So, Lord Shiva, just like how in every universe there is a Lord Brahma, in every universe there is also a Lord Shiva. Make sense? Right? So he plays this wonderful, important role in the process of creation, not just destruction. But then, as I said earlier, he also plays a role in the process of maintenance. How does he play that role? See, maintenance means we are talking about this pastime where these prachetas have just seen him, they're astonished getting his darshan. So one of Lord Shiva's very important roles in maintaining is to bring devotees closer to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. And he has appeared here in front of the prachetas, and he makes these very profound statements. He says to them, he glances at the prachetas very graciously, and he smiles at them very graciously, and he says, very important, all good fortune unto you. I know your purpose in coming here, and thus I have appeared to show you mercy. Anyone who is surrendered to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very dear to me, he says. Very deep, profound statements. So when we hear this statements from Lord Shiva, immediately what comes to our mind is Mahaprabhu's teachings where he says, Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasada Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. Brahmanda means the many, many universes. According to the karma of the jivas, they are wandering. Okay? Brahmite, they are wandering. They are wandering to upper planetary systems. They are wandering down to lower planetary systems. They are wandering at the same level in the many different types of species, among the 8.4 million species. Okay? But by the mercy of Krishna, these fortunate souls, some fortunate soul, Kono Bhagyavan Jeev, some fortunate soul, gets the mercy of a bona fide spiritual master. And that's what Lord Shiva is now playing in this pastime. In front of the Prachetas, he has appeared by the mercy of Lord Krishna as a bona fide representative of Lord Krishna to act as the spiritual master for the Prachetas. So by the mercy of Krishna, we get a spiritual master, and by the mercy of the spiritual master, we get closer to the lotus feet of Krishna. And how do we get that? It is through the spiritual master planting the seed of the creeper of bhakti in our hearts. And that's how, being Father's Day today, we need to turn to Srila Prabhupada and be eternally indebted to Srila Prabhupada for coming into our lives through the mercy of Krishna to actually take us from where we are to where we need to go in our spiritual journey. If Prabhupada had not come, where would we be? Right? So Lord Shiva now has made this profound statement saying, okay, all good fortune unto you. You are like the fortunate souls. I know the purpose of you coming here. And I'm now here appearing to show you mercy. Because you're all, in a way, devotees, even though you're karma kandis, because of the causeless mercy, they are fortunate souls. The Prachetas now have the opportunity to actually elevate themselves in consciousness, to get Krishna consciousness. And the process of elevation actually starts through the Rudra Geet that Lord Shiva sings. It's a mantra. It's a prayer. Right? Man means what? Mind. Tra means to deliver. Mantra, to deliver the mind. To deliver the mind from attachment to matter, to deliver the mind from attachment to matter, and to take it to spirit, to the lotus feet of Krishna. And he then tells the Prachetas, if you, for 100 births, you perfectly perform your prescribed duties in Varnashrama system, you will reach the position of Lord Brahma. 100 births, perfectly you perform it, you will reach the position of Lord Brahma. You will be qualified for that. But if you become more qualified than that, you can also reach me, Lord Shiva says. But if you are engaged in unalloyed devotional service to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you will go direct to the spiritual sky. So he now starts glorifying Lord Krishna to the Prachetas, and he tells the Prachetas, listen attentively. So in a way, he's actually initiating the Prachetas as a spiritual master. And he says, listen attentively. And with that, he wants them to listen attentively so that they can put it in practice. They came for austerity purposes anyway, for 10,000 years. So when he starts the Rudra Geet, he then starts talking about the various processes of realizing Bhagavan. He actually elevates the Prachetas from the material level of saying you can bypass, you can go higher than Lord Brahma's position, you can go higher than me, you can bypass the Brahma Jyoti, Brahman realization is not important, go beyond that, and go past Paramatma realization, and he brings them to the highest of Bhagavan realization, the knowledge, he gives them the knowledge of Bhagavan realization of seeing the personal form of the Lord. He starts glorifying the personal form of the Lord. He starts talking about the overall complexion of the Lord. He says the Lord's color is dark cloud like in the monsoon season, correct? And then in yesterday's class we heard about the facial features that Lord Shiva describes of Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. So he talks about the beauty of the Lord's face. So he actually starts glorifying the Lord, overall complexion, then from the face, and he goes down, 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 down to the lotus feet. We'll see this in the later verses coming. So yesterday's class, the speaker spoke about the beauty of the Lord at the face level. He's got dark curly hair. He's got eyes like lotus petals. He's got a high raised nose, right? He's got a glossy complexion, and he's got a smile which is enchanting to all who see that smile. He captivates the devotees with his smile, okay? And he's got all these wonderful ornaments on him. And today we are reading, the verse is, we're talking about his shoulders are very broad, okay? Broad like a lion's, and which means, broad means he's very majestic. When you see a person with very broad shoulders, it's like Kshatriyas, they are always like having broad shoulders, like being very majestic like that, right? And Krishna is always very majestic. And Prabhupada too, even though he's small in stature physically, but he was always very majestic. Whenever we see photos of Prabhupada walking, he's walking very majestically. He's fearless to please Krishna, right? And then, when we talk about the form of the Lord, actually yesterday's class, the speaker covered on the various forms of the Lord. The speaker mentioned there are 5 categories of the forms of the Lord. The topmost form is called Para. Like the word Param Eshwara, Param Atma, super soul, okay? Parameshwara, supreme. So Para means supreme, so topmost. And that is the form that Lord Krishna has in Goloka Vrindavan, in his two-handed form, in the threefold bending form of Shama Sundar. He's playing his flute, enchanting the gopis with the melodious tunes. He's having wonderful pastimes with the cowherd boys, and he's having these Vatsalya. He's having this wonderful ras with his parents, Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj. And there are lots of servants there, eternal servants who are serving him in Dasya Ras. So that's the level, the category of Para, topmost. Then the next level is called Vyuha, Kaya Vyuha Rupa. That means it's his bodily expansion. And the first bodily expansion is Lord Balaram. All right? So Lord Balaram is bodily expansion of the Supreme. Krishna and Balaram have wonderful pastimes with their associates in the spiritual world. And we know, like, they go cow herding with the boys, the cow herding boys, and they have pastimes killing demons, Krishna and Balaram. Okay? Like we have the pastime of them killing the Dhenukasura demons. Pastimes with the cowherd boys in the forests of Vrindavan. There's a pastime where one time they were with the cowherd boys in the forest, Krishna and Balaram. Balaram one time saw Madhumangal. Madhumangal, we know, is a very comical character. He likes to eat and likes to enjoy his sweets, and He was there, and they saw him. Lord Balaram saw Madhumangal holding a bundle of food. And Balaram saw that and asked, "What is that?" Madhumangal said, "This is prasad." Okay. Then Balaram said, "Whose prasad?" "Oh, this is from the sun god offering. I have this prasad." Then Balaram said, "Open up. Let's all share it." Madhumangal says, "No, why should I share with all of you? This is all for me." Right? Then Balaram says, "If you don't open it now, all the cowherd boys will now gang up and will make you open it." So Madhumangal says, "I don't care. I'm a Brahmana. I am God on earth. You have to be careful. I'm a celibate Brahmana and my powers are very, very powerful. I can actually affect all of you." So Balaram and the cowherd boys, they then attack him for the prasad. This is a pastime. So one of them sneaks up behind Madhumangal, closes his eyes, and one of them comes in front and snatches that bundle of food that he has with him. Okay? Then another one comes and pulls off his dhoti from the back. And then another one comes and pokes him by the side and knocks off his turban. So they're all like teasing Madhumangal here. And Madhumangal is like, "Hey, stop this, stop that." He's like, "Don't do this." He's angry, he's laughing, he's growling, he's scolding. And they're all having a good laugh. Krishna then participates, has a good laugh. Then he comes up to Madhumangal and embraces him, pacifies him. And they have this kind of wonderful pastimes. Another one is where Madhumangal and the cowherd boys are wrestling. They have these wrestling games that they play. Krishna and Balaram were wrestling with the cowherd boys. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, just to churn the nectar of playing with them. Then one time it's like Madhumangal's team won. Then Madhumangal tells Krishna, "Krishna, what is this? You kill big, big demons, but you can't even win a wrestling match with us Brahmanas. So what is this? You're not big after all." So it clearly says, Krishna, that your powers are coming from Brahmanas like me. So if you want to continue to have these powers, you better give me laddus. This happens at that level. Krishna, Balaram, and Balaram being the Vyoha Rupa. Then below that one level is Vaibhav, where this relates to all the incarnations in the Vaikuntha realm. We have the incarnations of Lord Matsya, Lord Kurma, Lord Nrsimhadev, Lord Varaha. And below the Vaibhav level is another form of the Lord, with his Antaryami, the super soul, which is present in every conditioned living entity. And below that we have the Archa form. The Archa form is what we are seeing on the altar, where the Lord has appeared in the form of various material elements. We see Gauranitai are made of what? Wood, stone, or metal? Metal. And in the center, Radha Vallabha, they are made of? And on the right, we have Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, they are made of? Wood. Now, it may seem that they are material, but we have to understand that all these material elements are actually Krishna's energies. So if we see these material elements as Krishna's energies, then we will see, even though they are in front of us, we would see them as spiritual. So the lordships are on the altar, not really in a material form, they're spiritual. We have to have the eyes to see them in that perspective. Archa Vigraha. Okay. So this is a causeless mercy of the Lord to appear in such a form, in the Archa form. So when we walk up to take our darshan, every time when we walk up to the altar to take our darshan, the words of Lord Shiva to the prachetas should be echoing in our heads. it should be echoing to us as though the lords on the altar are talking to us. And we should be hearing that. Remember what Lord Shiva told the Prachetas earlier? He said, all good fortune unto you. So as we walk up and look at the deities, and we hear the deities echoing back, all good fortune unto you. How fortunate we are through the mercy of Srila Prabhupada that we are actually in Krishna consciousness. We have got the seed of the bhakti seed of the creeper of bhakti. Then as we are standing there, we then need to hear the second comment that Lord Shiva told the Prachetas. What did he say after saying, all good fortune unto you? He said, I know your purpose in coming here. So similarly, we should hear the Lordships telling us, I know the purpose of you coming here. Coming here doesn't refer to being in the temple in front of the Lord. Coming here needs to refer to we coming to the material world. The Lord knows why we came to the material world. We chose to come to the material world. We chose to leave the Lord from the spiritual world. We chose to enjoy separately from Krishna. We chose to forget Him. The Lord knows this, and He says, I know the purpose of you coming here. But I have appeared to show you mercy. Brahmande Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasad Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. Right? And then the third statement, he says, Lord Shiva told the Prachetas, because you are surrendered to the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna, and anyone surrendered to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna is very dear to me. And in that context, when we are standing in front of the Lordships, we should hear these words from the Lord saying, because you are my devotee, you are very dear to me. So it now becomes clear to us, actual seeing of the form of the Lord is really hearing. We see the form, we see the Lord through our ears. That is why when Prahlad Maharaj was talking to his classmates about the 9 process of devotional service, which is the first anga that he mentions to them in that verse? Shravanam. It all starts with hearing. If we don't hear, we cannot see. Because the hearing process, like we are hearing now, and we are hearing from the Bhagavatam, the hearing process, it actually purifies the mind. Like remember earlier, the lake was very calm and quiet like the mind of a great soul. When we hear Krishna Katha, when we hear the holy name, it leads to purifying the mind, makes the mind calm and quiet like the mind of a great soul. And it purifies the heart, it softens the heart, and it gives us divya chakshus. It gives us spiritual vision. And with the spiritual vision, we then see who the Lord really is. He's not archa, He's spiritual. Hearing is the beginning of self-realization. But even before hearing, we got to first acknowledge that we are in ignorance. Or at least, being in Krishna consciousness, we are slowly waking up, we are stirring from the slumber of ignorance. Like in Lord Kapila Dev pastime, we have Kardama Muni. He has fulfilled his obligations to Lord Brahma. Lord Kapila has appeared. Mother Devahuti is there. So Kardama Muni has left his home, and now it is Mother Devahuti and Lord Kapila living in the ashram called Bindu Sarovar. So Mother Devahuti is there with the Lord, living with the Lord, in physical presence with the Lord. One day she walks up to him and says, "My dear Lord, I am very, very tired. I am very tired of the disturbances caused by my material senses. And because of my engagement in sense gratification, I have fallen into an abyss of ignorance." Only when she made that declaration, from that point, until that point, Lord Kapila was there. He did not speak Sankhya philosophy. He did not speak the Bhakti Yoga instructions. Only when she declared, "I am in ignorance," then the Lord started speaking Bhakti Yoga to her. Until we come to the point of acknowledging that we are in ignorance, and we turn to the Lord and cry out mercifully, saying, "I am in ignorance, please guide me." In fact, He's already guiding us. He's already sent Srila Prabhupada into our lives. So, hearing is so important in the sense that it is going to give us eventually the spiritual vision. It is then so important to hear, attend Bhagavatam classes, hear, even if you're not here, you're hearing online or internet or wherever. We've got so much technology these days, you can be, whichever part of the world you can be hearing. And we got to hear sincerely, like what Lord Shiva said to the Prachetas when he was about to recite the Rudra Gita. He said, "Listen to this mantra attentively." And the Lord has been so merciful. Not just has He taken the various forms as we talked about, He has put all these forms into one potent form called the Holy Name. The Holy Name, the Maha Mantra, which is called Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And this form He brought into Kali Yuga in His most merciful manifested form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are so fortunate in this lifetime that we have got this mercy. We have got the most priceless treasure in the whole world in the form of the Holy Name through Prabhupada, through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through the Acharyas. And all we need to do is chant. Chant the Holy Name. Hearing and chanting are a form of seeing. It will purify, it will eventually lead us to actually see the Lord and see us first as the soul, not the body. So, being Father's Day, we can only thank Srila Prabhupada for all the mercy that He has been bestowing on us. And all we got to do is try in this lifetime, endeavor. Put our hands together with folded hands, we pray to the Lordships, we pray to Srila Prabhupada, we pray to our spiritual masters, so that we can make a sincere endeavor in the journey of trying to become Krishna conscious. And the thing about being Krishna conscious and taking initiation, Krishna sends Guru to us. Never for one moment think that you are selecting Guru. Never for one moment think that the Guru that you have in your life has been your choice. It has been Lord Krishna's causeless mercy on us that He has sent this bona fide representative into our life. So we got just this one life. One life. Actually, no, not even one life that we need to dedicate to Lord Krishna. We got the remainder of this one life. A big portion of this life is already gone. We do not know how long we're going to live. At least the remainder of this one life, we need to somehow dedicate our lives to sincerely endeavor to become Krishna conscious, to please Srila Prabhupada, to please the Lords. Actually, not even the remainder of the one life. Within the remainder of the one life, all we need to do is sincerely try. The greatest tragedy of being in Krishna consciousness, of trying to be a practitioner, is where we call ourselves devotees, we belong to this community of devotees. The greatest tragedy is when we do not recognize the value of the position that we have and we do not sincerely try. That position is worse than those who are out there who are not even devotees, not even practicing. At least we can say that their time is going to come to enter Krishna consciousness. But we have entered Krishna consciousness, and after entering, if we don't try in this remainder of lifetime to take a step closer, recognizing the mercy that Srila Prabhupada is showering on us, if we don't acknowledge that and make an effort, it's a great big tragedy. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Questions? Comments? Mahatma Prabhu?
Just one comment. That can we say ISKCON is a sanstha for crying for Lord mercy?
Yes. Can we say that ISKCON is? Yeah, it's a community of crying for the Lord's mercy. Yes. But the wonderful thing is, as we cry, we end up laughing. Because through the practice of crying in separation of the Lord, we have to recognize, as I said, we were there with the spiritual Lord in the spiritual sky. We left Him, we have come here now trying to be Lord, and we are now facing all this entanglement in material life. But when we recognize that He has come to give us causeless mercy, and we cry out to Him, shed our tears, that tears will eventually become tears of joy. All we need to do is try. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai.